It can't live anymore. It's got to die. So how best to do it? Have his ass almost get rocked in his wheelchair behind little, like, less than $1,000, I'm sure.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
Hello and welcome to Your Mom's Podcast, the only podcast worth walking out on a date with one of Degrassi's coolest girls. I'm Caroline.
I'm Avis.
And today we are discussing Degrassi Season 6, Episode 7, Working for the Weekend. Roses are red. Alex's past behavior is dastardly. Spin wants to be a cop, even though they're all bastardly. Did you know it's possible to fail a career aptitude test? It shouldn't be, but if anyone can, it's our man Spinner Mason. Between learning he's best suited to be a clown and Darcy gaslighting the both of them into thinking that them breaking up over Darcy selling lewds on my room page is somehow his fault, Spin is spiraling. Luckily, he and Jimmy have made up because between Jimmy's academic fund and artistic abilities and the cool grand Spinner saved up working at the Dot, maybe the two can start a t-shirt business. Unfortunately, the boys land in some hot water and have to shut the whole thing down. But along the journey, Spin comes to the conclusion that he would in fact make a great clown. I mean cop. Over in the B plot, we're just going to have to take the Degrassi writers at their word that Alex got a whole bunch of character development over the summer. And now she's back at Degrassi to improve her grades so she can get into college. And what's a college application without some extracurriculars? That's right, ya girl is joining a sports team. Unfortunately, former victim and fellow teammate Serena is not buying what she's selling. And she's here to remind us all that a redemption arc doesn't mean shit without some accountability.
I actually appreciate this B-plot a lot.
Me too.
It's weird because I think that what we usually fall victim to around this time is like B-plots that mean nothing, B-plots that mean too much and maybe should have been A-plots.
Entire pregnancies.
Entire pregnancies and human birth relegated to not even a B-plot, but a montage of events. So it feels like this is very balanced, and like this is something that did not need its own larger plot, but it needs time for Alex to organically kind of be like, okay, I'll give. What the fuck is your problem? And then for us to be like realizing that, I mean, Alex was a background character for a lot of her tormentor time. We didn't spend as much time with her as we do now, which is not a lot. We didn't get it's very plausible for me to be like, okay, the way that her brain was just like, I'm just gonna fuck with whoever, like randomly. It's very much like, yeah, this was your menace time. This was the time that you played your role in the shooting. And I
you
think
almost blinded that girl with a laser pointer. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Can we just
She was pissed. That sounds like something like a parent told her, like something someone told her to make her feel better, like, you were almost blinded, honey. Like, you were almost a laser pointer, like one of the ones that you get for your cat, correct?
Or like the classroom.
Or like like a classroom laser pointer, which I wouldn't think are too far off in the intensity of the actual laser.
Yeah, no, I think they're pretty equal, depending on like the quality. But even like It's not like a laser like that, guys.
It's not a. It's a pinpoint. It's like it's like a cursor size. It's just meant to like highlight something as someone's giving a presentation. It's
blind Serena.
It's barely it's not even the size of your pupil to do that.
Well, I don't think it has to be the size of your pupil to cause damage if it were a thing
if it were
that could cause damage.
True.
But I just don't believe
it would be just like a bright light. Like,
not me Googling right now. Can you really go blind from a laser pointer? Why didn't I do this beforehand? Who knows?
A really important
I didn't realize what an important plot point it was.
Right, for us to criticize.
Oh, they can. They can cause eye damage, including permanent blindness, if they're not used safely. But most of them are relatively low powered. But some, that especially those not properly labeled or classified, can be powerful enough to cause some serious retinal damage, even with brief exposure.
So Degrassi is also raising awareness about laser pointers.
Alex is poor, though, so I don't know if I believe that Alex can afford a blinding laser pointer.
You're like, and she's poor next.
The only reason that Degrassi has anything going on is because Darcy's selling fucking lewds, and like they get fucking Garnier Fructis or some shit to what is it? Pantene Pro V sponsors their shit, but I don't think Pantene Pro V is going to be buying them blinding laser pointers.
Probably not. Probably not. It seemed just like, but she's so adamant that it's like, I'm glad we Googled. Okay, I'm glad we spread awareness because she just seems like a hater or like or someone that just blows shit out of proportion.
I mean, Alex did also break her ankle, so like,
yeah, no, that she should have started with. I think
that is what she started with, and then she was like, that should have been her finish.
She said, what about you blind me with a laser pointer during my first and only debate? Or you tripped me on the way to the whatever, and I had to quit the team. She says that second.
Oh, does she? Okay.
She says that shit
I don't
second.
know.
And are you referring to this floor lacrosse team? By the way, I have only ever played lacrosse outdoors, outside of like gym class. But I think on gym class,
girls' sports are only allowed to be indoors at Degrassi. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or just a Degrassi thing, but
no, you don't have access to the fields. You're not allowed out there. Your estrogen.
That's why everybody gets all mad about Jane joining the football team, is because the girls aren't allowed to be active outside.
Clearly, that's the case.
It causes the men to stumble. You saw what happened at the sexy car wash.
We can't give the ladies access to the fields. We will stumble. There's just 7 fields just sitting there. Yeah, I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. And I also find it, I like that this is something that comes up, but like we see Serena like maybe one more time.
No, we have a black hole this episode. This is it.
Damn.
And like, I'm sorry, don't we need new characters? Everybody's graduating.
Yeah, she's like if she's not a senior, she's a junior.
I would assume she's like a junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no, I just like,
all we've got is Darcy and Peter, Danny and Derek.
And Shantae.
Shantae
is also there, I should say.
Surely she's there, but does she do anything? Doesn't matter.
Lurking in the shadows like actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Right. JT for now. Toby for now.
Well, yeah, but those are all junior or seniors. Mia is a sophomore.
Oh my god, they are. Mia's for some reason
somehow Danny is like a junior.
Is she a sophomore? I thought she was in the same class as Darcy.
No, No, I think Mia's a sophomore. I think she's in the same class as Danny.
Nasty. Danny's a sophomore? I think we have established this, and I
Yeah,
still
we've
think
established
it's
that Danny came
dumb.
into our lives as a freshman.
Oh my God, you're right, because when Mia
Wait,
starts
does that make
modeling,
Danny a junior?
that when Mia starts modeling, her and Leia, and for some reason Peter goes and is a part of their class.
Yeah, Peter just never graduates.
Does anyone? I don't care enough
Was Peter
to
younger
make.
all along? Like, is Peter only a junior this year?
Yeah, because
Was he a
Emma.
sophomore when Emma dated him when she was a junior? Is that what we're saying?
I think so, but does something happen that makes him get held back and stay in Darcy's class? Because he.
What could possibly happen for the boy, like the fucking Teflon Degrassi student? Nothing. Not a damn
Nothing.
thing sticks to him. He literally planted drugs in a locker. He literally did child porn. He literally did child softcore porn. He literally did fucking had a hand in almost killing a dude. He spikes punch. He's a like and like at most I think he's served like 10 weeks detention total.
Oh God. I don't even know, dude. I wish I knew
I
just
don't
what to
know.
do.
It's
Um, it's like
to make my secret wish of Peter not being on Degrassi come true.
surely. I really don't know what it's like, what the logistics are, because I wish that they didn't make it so fucking hard to figure out who's in what grade.
Right?
Like, because then Anya and fucking Sav come along, and Mia's
Right.
still there. She's doesn't look that different.
Doesn't Mia have a crush on Sav for a minute?
Yes, and I think I think that's season 7.
I don't know. I don't want to like.
Dear
It's like
God, I just don't care about anybody from Lakehurst, and I'm gonna be honest. Don't care. The only
I
good that
mean,
comes out of that is maybe Holly J, and that's debatable. I like
I
Holly
do.
J. I love Holly J, but it takes a while, and she's just a dick, and we've got to go through. And I fear by the time that we go through the arc of all, like we just talk about everything that makes her terrible, I'm gonna hate her, because so far I love me some Paige, but I'm like, oh, if they killed Paige, would I be saying the same thing? Like Paige wasn't a great person, because she shows up in this episode and she stink.
She is an asshole in this
She
episode, but I
stink.
don't think that that's like.
No, I would really
It's
be
not
fucking
indicative
gutted.
of Paige
I would
being.
be gutted if Paige died. Let me set that for the record.
Yeah,
If
no, it would
if
be
it
a
was
true
Paige
tragedy.
instead of JT that died in that puddle of piss. If you don't know, this show is 20 years old, but I don't care.
Yeah, no, we've established we're trying hard not to spoil next class.
We will, right, like that's like that is still like 10 years in the bin, like less than, I think, something
Right,
like
like it
that.
can't even get a job yet, at least for now.
Child labor laws are active. So yeah, no, it just feels like there was definitely a really good balance between things that are gonna last, as far as, because I feel like this is the beginning of Alex's slide down back where she was of in like the dumps, because I really think that like what we saw of her in the summer was her being a Fast and Furious flag girl.
Mm-hmm.
We saw none
Yeah.
of this desiring to be a physiotherapist, like where that came from, which I love. I'm like, I'm wondering, is it partially inspired by Jimmy? Is it like something that she feels like morally compelled to do now that she has confined one person, had a hand in confining one person to a wheelchair? Now she feels like she has to help people potentially overcome, you know, physical
I think it's definitely
limitations.
possible.
Yeah, because like I was like, otherwise, where does it come from? But it just feels like a lot of growth that's immediately snatched back. which I am really sad for because I love this version of Alex. I love
Does the
Alex.
growth really get snatched back? I mean,
Well, the hunger, I would say, because in a couple of episodes, Paige bites it. And Alex is like not right there because she susses out the bullshit, but like she kind of gloms back onto Paige and
yeah,
all of
but
that.
I feel like that's more like, okay, the growth has happened, but growth isn't linear and there's going to be some backsliding. And so the growth happens and then the backsliding happens so that Alex can remember why she's growing and continue to grow. I don't think like, and I'm happy to accuse the Degrassi writers of throwing away character development, but that's not what I see with Alex. I see, old habits and hard circumstances.
And I agree with that. I definitely agree that growth is not linear. I think that what I'm wondering is where does this, like, especially what Paige goes on to point out about like Alex's nonchalantness about a job and this and that and like ambition. Like it just feels like in this episode she's all gung-ho, like I need to fix my marks so that I can get into a school and a physio program. And then it kind of doesn't materialize in any other episode as far as I recall about her really trying to continue to grind and like get better marks so that she can apply to a program.
Yeah, no, and that's certainly fair.
That is what I was just like, okay, Paige comes back and she's like, yeah, Banting is so great, blah, blah, blah. And she does not really congratulate or acknowledge the big deal. I mean, she's like, I'm proud of you, kind of, but I think she kind of understates.
She's not at all. Like, it's because I don't think Paige can wrap the like, Paige is so up her own ass about the importance of Banting and the importance of like being, driven right now in the way that she's driven that she can't wrap her head around the concept, even as this changed Alex is standing in front of her, that like Alex could have that kind of shift while still at Degrassi.
And that sucks.
And not, going
and not
to college.
like going to college. But like, and I think that is definitely a testament to like how one track minded and like if it doesn't look like this, it's not an accomplishment Paige can be. And she just like essentially what Paige does in this conversation is she knocks her down a peg. Like, and like, I don't think it fully sets in maybe until Serena's like, you don't remember me. And you had to, especially when she's triggered because she had to ask Hatzalakos her name.
Right.
Like, she looks personally fucking offended at that point. She's like, I'm about to wreck your shit. Like, it's very much like Paige is like, well, it's not that easy to change. Like, you can her whole line about like this tiger and the stripes, like it's not fair, and it is very judgmental, especially when I can sense that Alex's energy is different and she is really like being very practical about the whole thing. Like, I need better marks if I'm going to apply and get into a decent program. Like, right. I need to get my grades up. Like, a lot of people would just be like, I already did it. I already went to school. It's done. I'm going to apply somewhere and then maybe I can transfer somewhere new. What after however long. Like, no, Alex wants to get into a really good program first.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, I admire what Alex is doing, definitely.
Yeah, and I really wish that like we had and I feel like what takes the wind out of her sails, feeling like she could like rise above her circumstances, is this interaction of just like,
that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that,
and maybe that's why Serena is like but she's a plot device, but she's a powerful plot device, and maybe that's what has me thinking like there's got to be more of this girl, but there's not, because she's a plot device. She's done very well, but it feels like she is just brought in to kind of like let Alex know that like
She kind of gives us the character development that the writers couldn't be bothered with.
Yeah.
And like it's still not there. We don't really see Alex do better by Serena anyway. But like we
Correct.
see her have to face her actions. And
Right.
we're like, oh, she's learned. And so by that, like, yeah, no, Serena's really interesting, and I wish we got more of Serena. There may
swore
be a
we
new
did.
Justice 4 sticker coming.
Right. I swear we did, because she plays her role very well. The actress, she is extremely convincing. A lot of like, even once you're reading her actions in the beginning of like throwing the carrots and stuff, like, I'm sorry, Alex is outside. She's not in a library. She is literally outside in a space where people chat, have their lunch, literally play fucking hacky sack and shit, and like skateboard. Why are you expecting library quiet?
Into the bus stop.
Crash their fucking cars into the bus stop across the street. Alex, I need you to get it together and either take your ass to the library, take your ass to a meadow, or shut the hell up, because they're really not
to
like
the ravine.
Go down to the fucking ravine, climb into the blowjob wagon. There's probably nobody in there in the daylight. Like, I need you to get it together, because there's no reasonable expectation of quiet where you are.
Right.
Like, are they being annoying? Yes. They ain't talking about shit. They are not talking about like a damn thing, but they have the right to be talking at the volume they're talking at, because it's a public space. No, but I don't think that they're talking, like, the actual scene, the background noise is not quiet. Like, it's not like they're the only ones being loud.
No.
There's other people, there's a cacophony of bullshit happening. And Alex is mad at them.
Weird, like, interaction. It's
I would throw a carrot at her too. I'm low-key.
That escalated quickly.
I'd bully her. No, it's just like she's very. For me, I'm a very considerate person, especially in public spaces. Not saying everybody needs to be, is, or should be, but I feel like there's something called a reasonable expectation. If you're in a library, there is a reasonable expectation of quiet, and if you're not adhering to that, I'm gonna bust your shit, because you should be respecting the public space that you're in. Just because it's a public space doesn't mean you have the right to blast music, doesn't mean you have the right to have a loud phone conversation. But if you're outside, yes, there are tables here, and one of the purposes that they could be used for is studying. But people also eat here. People also have club meetings here. People also just chill and talk to their friends here. It is not a one space location,
right?
Or one purpose location, and you have no reasonable expectation to privacy or quiet. So I don't know why she's being like, it's unreasonable, essentially. Like, she's not in the media center or anything where she was the only person in there and then they just walked in and started being crazy, like, go because I was in here studying. No, they didn't walk up after seeing her sit there studying and start making a bunch of noise. They were sitting there. She was sitting there. What's the problem?
Yeah, no, I agree.
It just feels like they're setting Serena up to look like an asshole. And when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, she's a jerk. Alex is just trying to study. Let her study. But it's like, as an adult, nah, Alex should have just left. Alex should have went and found somewhere else to be, or put headphones on, or like, just like, or something else. Like, instead of being like, I'm gonna deck you, if that I'm gonna harm you with physical violence if you don't shut up in this public place.
Yeah, no,
she comes off as a bully.
Is out of line.
And she comes off, and Serena, and that's not.
I think it's because she's still breaking that, like,
old habits, go to rest hard.
And I don't know, you just are gonna have to, like, this is the growth and development we get from Alex.
And I love her still.
And now she plays lacrosse, and she's sorry for that time that she almost blinded Serena.
She is, even though she doesn't remember.
In her defense, she was really excited because that laser pointer with blinding ability was the single nicest thing she had ever owned.
She remembers the laser pointer, but not the crimes.
She was trying to blind Rick. And it actually like ricocheted off of Rick's glasses and into Serena's eye. It was all a big misunderstanding.
Oh my gosh, we've got lore with the laser pointer here. Yeah. It's a good B plot. I feel like the intensity from both actresses is there, and I really appreciate it. Like the general statement of like how bullying usually is something that someone is expressing because they're in pain and they're randomizing it and they're not thinking about who they're hurting. This is putting a face to, you might not think you're hurting someone, but you are hurting someone.
Right. Actions have consequences.
Mm-hmm. And Alex is a growing young lady. Okay? No judgment. You might want to kind of take record of your body count, though. In this context, body count means how many people you harmed. But who throws carrots? Who throws carrots, honestly?
I don't know, that's what she had. Are we ready to drag ourselves through this A-plot?
Drag is very appropriate. Like they drag Jimmy around that little
It's
makeshift
not even
store
like it's a
trying
bad
to take
plot.
his box. Trying to take that box. This plot is very peak Spinner himbo energy. Because who reveals to random people
all cash, baby.
All cash, baby. Even the nicest of folk would think about robbing you. Like, probably. Like, what if I just take a couple off the top? They would notice.
I would be like, you know, like you could totally justify it as like, honestly, they need to learn before they get robbed by somebody who will kill them.
Because like, these gentlemen did not bring bats or a knife.
No,
or anything.
No, they were like, I'm just gonna grab Jimmy by the collar a little bit.
I'm gonna bring my 2 fists to this situation. Crime and punishment. And I'm gonna fuck them up if they try to take on me or my brother. Cousin. I don't know.
Brother, cousin?
Relation. Brother, cousin. It feels like it does feel like we're gonna make sure you boys learn, because someone might really try to hurt you next time. No
might
weapons.
Take you for more than a couple $100.
I really want to know why. Like, how much money was in that fucking box? If it was all
you couldn't
it, why?
Like find a cash register at a junk shop.
So that Spinner's dumbass couldn't throw open the lid.
No, he just hit the button and then ding.
Ding. All cash,
all I want to do is...
That's probably the reason why they did not get a cash register. They're like, we don't want to give him reasons or ideas. It just is so stupid because, of course, this episode has to, like, make us forget. And I'm thinking, like, why are we getting a career aptitude test that says Jimmy's supposed to be a lawyer? Where did the artist go? Why are none of his options artistic in any sense of the word? And then Spinner in the next scene is like, what happened to being an artist? And I'm like, okay, the Degrassi writers are covering their asshole. But
I love that Spinner gets clown, lumberjack, and cop.
Shame.
I actually want to go back to the very beginning, though. And talk
Darcy
about
and Spinner.
Yeah.
Fuck
She's so
Darcy.
unnecessarily like bitchy in this.
She
She's like,
is.
she comes over and she's like, I want to talk about what happened between us.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's
he's like,
she's gauging. That's what she's doing.
and then she's like, it's good we broke up. There was something missing. Like, he's the fucking problem. Like, frankly, if you wanted to be a slut, he would have been down. You told him you didn't want to be a slut, so he gave his heart to Christ for you.
He surely did hand over his heart to Christ for her.
And then you were like, I want to be a slut.
You know what's missing? His dick. That's what's missing. Because you
told him you didn't
put it
want
in a little box. You told him you can't use it. It's not right. And if you think it's if you think it's right, then you're messed up in the head, Spinner. Why do you think that?
There's nothing wrong with being slutty. There is nothing wrong with being pure and chaste.
It should be a choice, though. Like an actual choice, not
there
a coercion.
There is absolutely something wrong with like the fucking back and forth mind games that Darcy was playing, whether that was what she was trying to do or not.
Right, like have your own teenage confusion. Don't bring somebody else into this. Like he was confused enough. And now he's double confused because he's like, you made me into what you said was the perfect guy for you. Now you're saying something's missing. And yes, to be clear, she baits him because she is trying to see how he feels about the situation. And once she realizes that she's still got him, that's when she flips it. Because for her, she can only really engage with this situation if she has the upper hand for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Because Darcy's
the worst. It's weird. She's the worst. I don't like it. Spinner is he's a very lovable himbo who just went along with things because he wanted to make her happy and he cared about her.
Exactly.
He struggled the whole time with her, trying to make himself, and this is a good reason why doing that ultimately harms you more than anyone else. Like, of course the person sucks for trying to do that to you. But not being authentic to yourself is it's detrimental. Being a people pleaser, trying to like adhere to what someone wants you to be, their version of you is like very harmful to your psyche. It's you really have to separate what is you and what they want you to be.
Right.
And she is mind fucked Spinner to the point where like Spinner is having an identity crisis in this episode. And he's like, I've got to glom onto somebody because I'm not going to clown college. And clearly the Christian route is the bridge is burned. Can't go back to Friendship Club now. I'm not going to be a minister anymore.
That wasn't ever his plan, was it? Did I miss that?
No, but I feel like that he had some sort of like twisted, I'm gonna follow Darcy to whatever 5-year plan she's got, and then I'm gonna just like,
oh god, I could totally see the church. I could see Spinner following Darcy to like Christian college and then becoming like the drummer in a Christian band.
I was gonna say he's gonna get involved in
like
in
not
some
a good
way.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not one that makes it mainstream. Like, you know, there's a lot of them actually.
Ones that I found out about, and I was like, okay, well,
right. Like we all knew Creed, but like Flyleaf, Evanescence.
When I found out about Flyleaf, I was really sad.
I only know that I like only remember that one song of theirs.
Yeah, but that's a good song.
It was a good song.
And it's like, damn you Christians. You ruin everything. You bastards.
Okay, I don't know that we need to take it that far. I believe that Your Mom's podcast official stance is that we are against oppressive Christianity.
We are. I think what it is, it's like, I grew up I went to a religious elementary school, and then or Catholic elementary school. It was K through 8, but I only went until 5th. And then I, for some reason, was like, let me go to a culty-ass college. So there was just points where like I would listen to music and I would think it was like secular. It'd be very convincing. And then I hear something in it. Something said, and I'm like, what was that? What was that one lyric? What was that one lyric? That sounded like Christian music.
I don't know. Christian music is not something that I'm like into, and there is Christian music that I don't hate. And like, yes, there are 2 Reliant K songs on my like nostalgia pop playlist. And yes, sometimes I sing them with my whole fucking chest, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
Listen, everybody in the Black community loves Kirk Franklin. Everybody loves Mary Mary. We have our songs that have invaded,
I mean,
the cultural lexicon. For Christ's sake, BET still insists on having a gospel section in every BET Awards, which I have always.
Music is incredible.
It is, but I've always used that as my extended bathroom break. Not even gonna lie to you. Every time I've watched the BET Awards, because I can go to church on Sunday for this. I don't need this on the BET Awards. I'm sorry.
But you're not going to church on Sunday.
I did when I was a child by force.
That's
either
fair.
my auntie would come pick me up, or my parents would make me go.
But no, I don't feel like gospel's a whole other thing. Like, and yes, it is Christian music, but like, no, I've actually lamented for a while. Like, can we get some secular gospel music? Can someone please start a secular gospel band, or like do gospel covers of existing secular music? Like, please.
I know the couple rappers who have done that have just done like gospel songs within their rap music.
Yeah, no, see,
which is like that's not quite the vibe. Like, I love a choir. That's why I love Sister Act so much.
No, I know, dude. Fucking Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. That fucking performance of Ode to Joy. Only thing that makes me feel that feels closer to a religious experience is watching Kesha do praying live. If I need like a dose of church, I watch that scene.
You were very serious. You're like, cut the cameras.
It has a special place in my heart. Forrest is always so confused when he like overhears me watching that scene, because he doesn't really notice it unless he notices that Lauryn Hill is singing. Because sometimes from the other room he'll be like, "Is that Lauryn Hill?" But then otherwise he doesn't.
Fo pays attention to what's important.
Otherwise he doesn't notice until it gets to the "You Down with G.O.D." And every time he assumes I'm watching like some sort of weird parody thing.
That movie is so good.
It's so good.
I really just want to start watching movies. Maybe we can do that on live one day instead of doing a live, because live is getting understimulating.
And we haven't done a live in forever.
That's probably why.
But no, we could just like, one of us can set up a mirror, because that's how you show stuff on live, I've found.
Yeah, you flip it.
And then we'll both be there watching it and having a gay old time. Okay, we have to. We put off this episode, guys. Confession time. It's not even necessarily that there's anything wrong with this episode. It's just that we put off recording it for so long that it has come to feel like a chore. And like, no offense, we hate this episode.
And also,
which
this
is
episode,
honestly a shame, because it's got some great lines. Like, I'm turning you into the next John and Dutchie and Gabbana.
You mean Sean John? Yeah.
And did you clock Spinner's poem at the beginning?
No, you can go ahead. It made me chuckle, but
cue like the Romeo and Juliet music.
Dun, dun, dun,
They paid for that
dun,
once and they were like, we are going to use this forever.
dun.
She said there would always be an us. Then she crushed my heart with a bus. I pledged abstinence and faith because she said 'twas forever, but now it's just me.
Yeah, he's hurt bad.
I also want to, like, it's a minor thing, but in the montage, the, like, selling t-shirts montage,
Oh my god.
the part where Ellie holds up the paper where they're on the front page and then she's got to, like, point to the design on Jimmy's shirt.
It
And
pissed
it's like,
me off.
this is why I hate Ellie. And it's not her fault. It's not her fault that somebody,
You know what?
was it Snake? Did Mr. Snake look at her and say, okay, now I want you to point at
I want you
this.
to point at it. You need to point at it. That pissed me off. It really did. It made her look so stupid. Yeah, my note about that montage is like, I'm so happy for you guys. You went from selling out of a cardboard box, maybe, and to selling out of everything in that cardboard box. Maybe tomorrow you should rent a table and you should set it up outside.
Right,
of
set
an
up at, like,
establishment.
local fucking craft fairs and farmers markets and shit.
No, right to a storefront.
Fucking get tables at school events. No. There is
directly.
no, it is cardboard box or it is
bus.
storefront.
Yeah, we're not fucking around. Like, we want an
Montage
established
so
permanent-
hard they needed a fucking lease.
And literally, I thought they were gonna be like, it's been a cool 2 weeks. No, this was their first time selling these shirts. No offense to, like, Spinner. He is a dumb himbo and sweet. He is not thinking about the practicality of running a business. But Jimmy, you were supposed to be an aptitudinal lawyer.
Right.
Why
Well,
are
and,
you letting him? This is bad business after one day.
And, like, okay, here's the thing. It's like, fuck Mr. Brooks for the most part, right? Like, he's still an asshole. And, like, when he, like, looks at Jimmy and is like, you can't be wasting time on silly dreams like these. It sounds like what he's saying is, you've already embarrassed me by being in this wheelchair. Do not further embarrass me by being an artist and a retailer, right? And so, like, yes, fuck Mr. Brooks, but it is also 100% reasonable for that man to say, Jimmy,
What are you doing?
you can't take money out of your academic fund to lease a store because you sold t-shirts for a day and you did good.
No, seriously though, I think that that's something that needs to be, like, said by someone who's not an asshole. Then perhaps the delivery might have, like, the message might have been heard. But, like, I just want to know why Jimmy went with that, even if he was willing to invest $1,000. Which is crazy that he's $1,000.
We don't know that he's investing $1,000. We know that Spinner is investing $1,000.
No, that's what I said. I said the fact that Jimmy is letting him, like, even if Jimmy's like, okay, he has the $1,000 to invest. I, like, from a business standpoint, Jimmy should still not let, like, that's not shit. That's not even that. And even then, to run a business and get a storefront, why isn't Jimmy like, let's take this $1,000 and go buy a table and a little tent to go over that table in case it rains?
Right.
Like,
right.
Why not
and let's
sell
spend
out
some
of
time
all
finding places we can set up our table. And you know what? Actually, a lot of the time, I don't think you even need the table. You just need the little tent thing.
You need the little tent, and you could do,
the
like,
craft fair has the table.
Right, the craft fair will have the table there. You could just pay for craft fairs and have your stuff on, like, display structures, like how you do. And I mean, they bring all that stuff to the store. It's not like the store had that shit. Like, they had that shit, the display items. So I don't understand why Jimmy lets him and then blames him for it. Like, Jimmy, you participated in this. This is dumb from the jump. From the very beginning. This is stupid.
It's From the moment that we like are like, let's jump from a box to a like selling out of
Well,
a box.
yes, when we
Good idea.
sell out of the box, it's low cost, it's mobile. You can always fill up that box and go on and go to different places in the city. But when you are fixing yourself, like dumbass, Dylan wants to say, you need hydro, you need overhead, you need banking, bookkeeping. Like when you're at taxes, when you run a business with a storefront with a physical location, you have all of these added expenses that they're not thinking about because they've been in business for precisely a day and a half. Like,
well, and like you're selling to a very small, like you've
a
sold out
very
at the
small-
college, but are you going to sell
Correct.
out at the college again tomorrow? Probably. But are you going to sell out at the college again 2 weeks from now?
Right.
Without new
Without
designs?
a brand new design, a brand new drop. No. People are only going to buy the same couple shirts. And like, okay, maybe they'll go back and get couple other colors, couple other designs. But people are not going to furnish.
It's largely the same design, just done like different ways, different sizes, and some of them have color and whatever, and like, yes. But
it's
not a bad shirt. It's a cute shirt.
For the what did they say, the like on spec or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Marco's dad loan us some t-shirts on spec. Which I think means like, okay, we believe we are going to make this amount of money selling the t-shirts. So can you loan us the t-shirts? And then once we have the money, we will break you off this percentage of that. That's what I believe spec to mean. I'm not fucking Googling it. So, yeah. And it's a good plan initially, but when you're bringing in a physical location, there's a lot of established...
It goes off the rails so fast.
It goes off the rails so fast. There's so many established retailers of business, like various forms of business, not just a clothing retailer, that don't have a fixed location because it is so expensive. Why do you think on day 2 you are ready to have a storefront?
Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like you could have thrown the core a cut, and it could have been something that people could buy at the core office.
That would have been cute. You could have definitely that would have been, because they're the 5th largest fucking newspaper in Toronto or whatever the dumb shit. Or is it the 3rd?
You could have gone to like the campus bookstore. You could have gone to coffee shops. You could have like, that would have been, if you're not going to do tables, that's the logical next step. Is find places that will sell your shit for you for a small cut.
Right. I think that would have been something that wouldn't have blown up in their faces, because they had to make Jimmy's whole artist dream die. It can't live anymore. It's gotta die. So how best to do it? Have his ass almost get rocked in his wheelchair behind little, like, less than $1,000, I'm sure.
Not rocked in his wheelchair.
They were fucking like trying to tip his ass over. It was very rude.
Yeah, no, it looked like something out of
like a really corny warning video
about like punks.
Yes. Youths. Like, it's just so bad. He's like, Spinner, help. He's like, fight for... Listen, his whole life is in that little box. He's like, this last 36 hours, this money is so important. Because we don't have anywhere to put this money except a sock. So we keep it here. Why is all that money there, Caroline?
Because it's only day 2. They haven't set up a bank account yet.
Jeez. So stupid. So fucking stupid. Who did they contact to move into that building that fucking fast?
Well, okay, so maybe that's what happened, is they did really good selling t-shirts for a day, but then it took like a week or 2.
I hope that's what happened, because what dumbass, like...
But they did definitely, like, at the end of their first day of selling t-shirts, go, let's rent a fucking building.
Walk by the first storefront they saw. The
Not to
first.
victim blame,
But to victim blame. They kind of set
but
themselves
they
the
had it
fuck up.
coming.
They had it coming.
If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, how could you tell me that I was wrong?
It's
But like,
it's literally yeah, they had it coming. They really did. It's so bad because you literally set yourself the fuck up. You know, this wouldn't have
really,
happened if you were selling out of a cardboard box still.
it wouldn't have.
Those montages were quite sunny and friendly, and then you went into that dank, narrow
Right, where
dungeon.
there's nobody to hear you scream.
Literally.
Right,
Jimmy
like people
just-
are gonna notice if you fucking rock the kid in a wheelchair on the fucking busy
fucking
corner. You know, at the
I was
college
so pissed
green.
off. I was so pissed off that it was daylight. I was pissed because it looked so dark in that fucking shop. And it's just and Spinner's just strolling down the street with a latte.
Right, they had a fight and like Spinner went and got a coffee.
Spinner didn't even go that far. Like, I bet his ass went a block and down around the corner. And it is broad daylight. They have not peeled the newspaper off of the fucking windows. They still have it like dungeon vibes in there.
Yeah,
no one's seeing Jimmy get his ass kicked.
Right, why is the store open when they haven't even finished? Like, it's none of it makes any sense.
None of it makes any sense. It's giving.
But it reinforces that Jimmy should be a lawyer and not have
Right.
any like dreams of being creative at all. He definitely shouldn't be a rapper.
He shouldn't. But like, it's giving the like, it's dead Frosh, stop pitching it. Because like, they just want us to forget that Jimmy was ever a mediocre artist.
Right.
Emphasis on the mediocre.
I mean, Jimmy's a fine artist, and I think that art school is
I'm referring to the
reasonable...
mural. The Ellie
Okay,
mural.
that
was
mural
a terrible
is
likeness. That was terrible. All of those people looked really
that's
bad.
because he
is not a muralist. He is not a muralist. We need to know our medium. We need to know our medium. But yes.
But no, I think Jimmy has potential as an artist. I think art school is a reasonable path for Jimmy. I can see Jimmy being a successful like t-shirt designer.
Right. And they actually do work very well together, but they just have grandiose ideas that literally neither of them brings each other down from. Jimmy is supposed to be the more reasonable one in the equation, and at no point does he say, maybe we should not make the leap from cardboard box to storefront. That's like making a leap from a Toyota to a plane. That no one knows how to fucking drive the plane. We don't have our pilot's license.
Real talk, I kind of want one of those t-shirts, though.
They're cute t-shirts.
I wonder, like, what happened to them? Because Degrassi made, like, hundreds of them, it would seem.
100. Yeah. Maybe they're auction. Maybe you can get them on whoever bought all of the set props, because you know there's a person who did that. Yeah. They're cool shirts. Let me see my notes. So if I don't have anything, we can just segue.
Yeah, I don't.
This show keeps trying to make Dylan relevant, and I really want them to stop. Stop giving this man lines.
I did like that, like, Ashley was supportive, like, looking out for not just Jimmy, but Spinner, too.
Yes. Right. She's like, I think you should do it. Because he's like, listen, I got my college fund. I'm good. And she's like, Jimmy, you should do this. Ashley has been very good this whole season. Like, she's been very understanding, meeting people where they're at. And I think her career choices are very reflective of her growth as a person, of just like wanting to be in people's business, but perhaps in a way that's more appropriate. in a way where she can actually constructively help, because I do think that she mediated and kind of made the situation between Spinner and Jimmy better.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like it or not, Jimmy enjoys being Spinner's friend. It would be different if he didn't fucking like Spinner, but he likes Spinner.
He
And
loves Spinner.
he loves Spinner, and they keep, like, they're friends, they're besties. Like, he needs to stop acting like just because Spinner's a little bit of a I'm gonna ride your coattails if that's cool doesn't mean he doesn't love him and isn't loyal, because that's one thing that Spinner's gonna do is try to capitalize on
Well, and I think it's
something.
not like I don't think it's like a
don't think-
selfish driven thing. Like I don't think that he's
No.
drawn to Jimmy because of Jimmy's coattails, right? But he's
Mhm.
like he wants he and Jimmy to live their best life, and he's like I don't have any talent to bring to the table.
Right.
You, however,
Mhm.
have talent and your daddy's money.
And he's doing all the work, and honestly, Jimmy does have a complacency about him because his father has made it clear what his expectations are. And he's like sounding like his dad, like, art is not a career. Like, I'm gonna be a lawyer, like that pays the bill, whatever. Like, he is very, this is not him talking, you know, this is not necessarily what he like dreamt about. And he's only really conceding because he knows he can be good at being a lawyer, and art isn't a lucrative business. Art is not a lucrative field to get into necessarily. But Spinner has got that drive to, like, you know, do the and put the work in. He's like, we can get these shirts done. We can do it this way. We can do this and this and this. And he has not. And Jimmy just does not have any of that drive because he hasn't had to.
Right.
And
right. No,
Spinner has.
Spinner is a fucking powerful force.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't bring like the creativity to the table.
Right.
And you're going to have to invest a little more than he does because the dot doesn't pay that well.
It really doesn't.
It's frankly impressive that he saved a cool $1,000.
It took him so long to save that money for his
especially while he was dating Darcy, because I refuse to believe that Darcy is a cheap girlfriend.
Oh, no, I doubt it. She needed a lot emotionally. She needed a lot from him monetarily.
Even if he wasn't like getting her gifts all the time, he was paying for all of their dates, and you know that she wasn't just like
he was gassing up the car,
with like grabbing a hot dog in the park.
No, dates, gas, tolls, you know. It adds up.
Okay. I don't really think I have anything
noteworthy.
Oh, I did think it was cute when Spinner said that's like 10 of my favorite songs played at the same time, turned up to 11.
Oh, yeah. It was very cute. They had their dynamic in this episode was adorable.
It was old Spinner and Jimmy coming together to create something better than that rap.
Finally.
Finally.
Paige says she's been playing all night poker, which I feel like could potentially be.
Yeah, no, Paige doesn't like. It's not super obvious, but like it's coming.
Yeah, we have this thing that Paige does that she like is trying to make everything seem all honky dory, and like she is living the glamorous life. But some of the things she says, especially about like being up all night, which is supposed to be typical college stuff, she's only been there a couple of months. I don't know. I saw a couple red flags and how she's really not trying to talk about herself. And just kind of trying to talk about other people and their shit. But yeah.
Are you ready to go down to the corner?
Absolutely.
Is it still your favorite corner?
It today it is because it's going to be brief. No, yeah, it's typically my favorite corner. Still.
I mean, it is our only corner, so it really, even if it's your least favorite corner, it's also your favorite corner. But like, I don't know. I just don't get excited for the fashion the way that I did in the first few seasons.
It's kind of, it peaks and it there's an ebb and a flow. I feel like when we get into more exciting costuming and there will be more to talk about, I feel like Fashion Corner is going to undergo a renaissance in a couple of seasons when they really start dressing them differently.
That's legit.
But yeah, the fashion in this episode was just very not great. I didn't have a lot of standout. I feel like I liked Ashley's outfit, her off the shoulder pink.
Yeah, that was one of mine.
I thought Paige and Alex looked like Bobbsey twins.
Yeah, I like Alex in this style, but it also feels weird. And then everybody else is just kind of wearing squatch wear. And it's not that they're not cool t-shirts and they're like styled well and whatever, but like there just wasn't really any fashion.
No. I really didn't even take a screenshot. I was just like, okay, I will mentally note that was something that kind of caught my eye. But we talked about the t-shirts. The t-shirts are really the focus of the episode. They are, Jimmy and Spinner are wearing them, and Jesse and possibly Dylan, I want to say, but definitely Jesse. Jesse is definitely wearing one. Like, I enjoy, but like I'm gonna be honest, men's fashion tends to be very drab and like does not change per once every like 100 years or something like that. Like it's not very interesting. The patterns, the designs on the shirts are cool. Like Caroline said, they get kind of repetitive. They're different colors. Jimmy's dad doesn't like pink. Who is surprised?
I know, he's so like, why do you have to say that? Like, it just so happens that the shirt he handed you is a pink one. You can see that they have boxes. These shirts are everywhere. Everybody's wearing one.
Right.
Like, why couldn't you have not been a dick and just been like, how much are you selling these for? Can I have a green one?
Right. Because he wouldn't be his good old dad. He has an asshole quota to hit. Yeah, it's not good. It like the fashion is just not very strong other than the focal point of the t-shirts. I just really don't like Ashley. Like I said, I like her shirt. I like her off the shoulder pink shirt. They don't usually put her in pink. So I think it was very striking. Very pretty on her.
I would agree with that. Yeah, no, but there's not a lot going on.
Truly.
People were there. They wore clothes.
There's someone wearing really bright, like lime green pants during the t-shirt montage. And I was like, those are expressive. Other than that, no one really stood out.
We do have a black hole, which we already discussed, which is Serena, who could have had so much potential.
They could have kept her around, but also they kind of drop Alex being in school too.
But they still have other people at school.
Right, they could have kept Serena on, maybe not, and maybe that's why they dropped her, because they were like, we're gonna drop Alex out of school as well. But like, either way, it's not my favorite thing because I think that Serena is one of the most promising characters, and she's very memorable to the point where I thought that she was in more episodes. And then being like, you're like, no, she's not, and I'm like, oh. She made a big impression.
No, this one hurts a little.
Yeah, she made a really big impression. I think that She deserved more. She gave, literally, this actress gave everything she had. The rent was due, and she probably paid it early because of her performance here. Like, she just was very convincing, and I wanted Alex to apologize to her and remember who the fuck
Mm-hmm.
she was. But yeah,
Well,
sorry,
and it would have been
Serena.
cute to like see them kind of like not become friends because you don't have to like let people who hurt you be your friend, you
Right,
know?
but at least have like,
But like have them have kind of a like begrudging respect of one another.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that. I feel like that would have been a nice opportunity for Alex, as like giving Alex another storyline into after this one, and then also giving this actress who plays Serena an opportunity to continue what is obviously a really good role for her.
Mm-hmm.
Missed opportunity.
Oh well.
Oh well, so too bad, so sad.
That's
Anyway.
Degrassi for you.
Ugh. All right, so we got another. Do we have a hun count, or are we firing
Nope.
shots? All right, let's fire some shots then. Pew pew
Pew,
pew
pew,
pew
pew,
pew pew
pew.
pew.
Shots fired.
All right, my first one was Darcy saying it was the right thing to do. There was something missing.
Oh, fuck you. Boo. This Oh, brother. I my first one is Jimmy saying, "You're not sitting at home writing these sad I'm going to kill myself poems." Um yeah.
Yeah, I had one before that, which was pull it together, man. I can't have a basket case sporting my gear.
Mhm. Um I had Serena saying, "Trying to graduate before you turn 30. Good luck."
I have Paige saying, well, sweetie, a tiger can't change its stripes overnight.
Right before that, I have Paige's bitch ass also saying, "There's the bitter girl I used to know."
It's so cunty. I
Mhm.
have Jimmy's dad saying, son, you can't afford to chase these little dreams.
Mhm. Ash saying, "Well, it ain't pretty, but the customers don't seem to mind."
I have Jimmy saying in 10 years I will be practicing law in New York and you'll be twisting balloon animals in North York.
Yeah, can we talk about how Jimmy is always ready to like with coming at the like with the upstairs downstairs shit? Like he's
Yes.
always ready and locked and loaded with that shit. And as on one hand, I appreciate it because we hardly see this narrative with a young black man being able to say this to a young white man. On the other hand, man, fuck you, because you always a little bit too ready to say that shit. Okay, and moving my next one is Serena saying, "You're a hateful bitch, Alex. That's all you're ever gonna be."
That was my last one.
That one was kind of she got yeah, she ate with that. That was good. She's so well. Snaps and claps for you because that you came in one episode and made such an impression.
And I just want to throw it out there to our listeners, because we've been doing better about taking notes that include trivia questions so that I don't have to go
Yes.
back at the end of the season and scramble to find them.
Yes,
And
there
I just
was
want to let you all
trivia.
know I have 6 trivia questions in my notes from this episode.
Mhm. I have 4. So,
So we might have 10.
we might have 10. Um Yeah, that's very cool. Trivia will be here before you know it. So, like we announce it, we do it all through our Facebook group, but I guess it's a good little before we ask the question, little segue to just say like if you are already not already in our Facebook group, please join us over there. That is where we pick our trivia winners for every
Our trivia
season. Sorry,
contestants.
our trivia contestants for every season. We put a post out, we do a randomized drawing, and then we invite you guys on for 2 rounds, and then there's a showdown. And it's literally going to be here before you know it, because we are moving through this season.
Super fast.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
This-
and there's other great stuff in the group too. It's
caption
where
contest.
we, test the waters for ideas like doing a Sosterhood retreat, like that you guys can come to. There's all sorts of
we're
stuff.
absolutely talking about an East Coast meetup. And that post 2 or 3 of those posts are in the group. So that's where you get all our musings, all of our off the brain stuff, any polls, caption contests weekly, fashion corner where you can post your own outfit of the day. And if you want to bitch with us, we have that shitty Saturday. And we also have That's What's Up Wednesday. It's not
What's
called
Good Wednesday.
What's Good Wednesday. I made it a little black. That's What's Up Wednesday.
I don't hate That's What's Up Wednesday. We can change it.
But yeah, we really do try to have a cute community over there. It's growing. We just hit 400 members. So please join us on Le Book of all faces.
Sometimes, and there are ways that, it's rare that we invite listeners on who aren't, Patreon subscribers.
Mhm.
But hell, we are actually having a group member on this
Correct.
season
A
because
very
he shot his
active,
shot in the
lovely group
comments,
member.
said,
Mhm.
I want to come on. And we said, you know what? Yes, we would love to have you. We love your, contributions to the group as it is. We'd love to have you contribute to the show. So,
Yes, shout out to our lovely group members. We have a lot of very engaged group members, and as we're growing, obviously things will change, but right now it is a really good time to grow with us and shoot your shot. Who knows? You might end up being on the show.
Yeah. And on that note, who bummed you out this episode?
I don't know why
Paige.
that stumped me, but yeah, Paige is cunty in this episode.
Paige is super cunty. She might be my only bummer.
Everybody else is kind of just annoying.
Right.
Yeah. Because I know
Did
who's my
anybody
shining
shine?
Ashley.
That was what I was gonna say.
Yeah, Ashley was very a light throughout this episode. I really appreciated her encouraging Jimmy to help his friend, and just even when he's getting excited and being like, oh, I can go to art school, I can even pay my way through so I don't have to ask my dad or whatever. And she's like, art school, and rolls with it. It's at least as long as we're together, I just want us to be
surprised
together.
By it. She didn't realize this is what we were doing, but she's like, no, that's what you want to do.
She did not realize this is what we were doing, but she's on board because she just wants to be with Jimmy. And I love that.
And she just wants Jimmy to be happy.
She's like, as long as we're together and we're both living out our dreams, I'm fine. Very cute. I love Ashley in this episode and this season. Really, she's doing great for me this season. She's rolling with all the bullshit that she's having to encounter, because in this episode alone, I could see someone being frustrated about the flip-floppiness of their partner, but she is very much I just want us to both be happy and do what we love and be together. So yeah, Ashley is a shining star.
And we can't even give it to Manny because she's not even there.
She's not even there. No. Manny wasn't there
to buy my Squatch wear.
Yeah.
I guess she didn't care.
Manny wasn't there.
Okay.
Does it go there?
Does it go there?
No.
Even though Jimmy almost got knocked the fuck out of his wheelchair.
And then also, even though Alex, formerly broke an ankle and almost blinded a girl, and Jimmy didn't almost get, it was not like that. They just wanted to shake him up a little so he'd know better.
Shaken Jimmy syndrome. Literally, like the punches they were not trying. They could have punched him out and took his box and ran. They were playing tug of war with his ass. Okay, he was really not in much danger. Like,
No.
that was like their first robbery.
And their last, because they got their ass beat by Spinner.
Wait, like how Jimmy and Spinner are hanging up because he's like, "Are you gonna get a vendor license next time?" He's like, "I think we're done." It's like the same time, like
Except
you
that,
guys
you know
are
what
gonna.
I realized is that they're not done.
They're not done, no.
But
like
no,
the other guys are
yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
like
this
these
is our
guys were like,
first and
let's
last
rob. Let's rob this really, really poorly run, harebrained idea of a shop that's run by an idiot and a guy in a wheelchair, and then they got so fucking humbled.
Easy.
They got so humbled.
Yo, the way that Spinner twists his arm around, he's like, he's like, yo, we fucked up. Like, they really
Spinner knows how to fight.
Spinner made the most calculated decisions in that fight he has ever made in his life.
That is someone trained in combat.
Seriously, when the dude is like, "Who the fuck are you?"
We have never seen fighting like this on Degrassi before, and not until the MMA arc will we ever see it again. So you know what? I take it back. Maybe it does go there.
Spinner snatched that boy up and put his bicep in his throat. Because why did he twist his arm like that? He's like, "I'll break it." Jesus, Spinner, when did you take
excessive force? You haven't even joined the academy yet. Spin, calm down. Going for extra credit.
He took Super Rambo classes, and told no one.
Spoiler alert, but years from now, Spinner is not going to pass his police academy entrance exam.
Sorry, he waits way too long to take it. If we're being honest, why does he wait so long to take this shit?
Because
I know he's still in school.
It's because he's not he stays in school for so long because he's already been held back, and he was already held back. Miss Kwan held him back 8 times, so he's still only a sophomore in English.
Let him go,
and then the cancer, he's gonna miss school because of the cancer, and he's gonna have to do his senior year. Spinner Mason does his senior year 8 times.
I fucking forgot about the ball cancer.
I made a penis of it.
I know, but I just forget that he's got to deal with that. Because I'm like, this boy needs to leave high school. He literally has 3 sets of high school girlfriends that are younger than him, and leave the school before he does.
He's like Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. That's what I love about high school girls.
Literally. I need to watch.
That's what I love about my senior class. I keep getting older and the girls stay the same age. Because he really is. He's a senior for so many seasons. But anyway.
He is. He really is. He needs to leave. But it might go there. I just think that
it doesn't go there.
I don't think so. Just the way that I'm laughing at this they brought no weapons. They brought no weapons to rob them. There was no mortal intent. It's not like somebody got held at gunpoint. Even, I believe, so we, originally, Riley and Nellie, our mother-daughter duo from last season, thought that the episode they chose was this episode. It was not, obviously. It was they came on for the JT Sells Drugs episode instead of this one. But the JT Sells Drugs episode is vastly more heavy in tone nature, actual content. Like, this is literally
acting abilities even, and they're not even that great. It's not a well-acted episode.
That great. The most atrocious thing that occurs in this episode is that Jimmy is nearly taken out of his wheelchair. And Alex broke somebody's ankle in the past. And blinded someone with a laser pointer in the past. So y'all dodged, the bullets that were not in this episode, because literally there were no weapons. They did not come with any weapons but these fists. Thanks for listening to Your Mom's Podcast. Next week, we will be joined by a surprise special guest to discuss bad teachers and blowjobs in Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
I feel the need to specify that the bad teachers and the blowjobs are two different plots.
They are. That's important.
I didn't think that until you said it out loud.
That's okay. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll know. This episode of Your Mom's Podcast was made possible in part by The Dot, Jimmy's Academic Fund, and support from listeners like you.
Boom. We'd like to take a moment to thank our Patreon subscribers, Tay,
Lucy,
Iggy,
Evie,
Miranda,
and an extra special thanks to our TiddySnake producers, Tawny,
the Degrassi Generations Facebook group,
Corrie,
Chelsea,
Brandi,
and Alyka.
Thank you guys. We love you.
Thank you.
If you'd like to further support our show, you can find us on TikTok and Facebook as Your Mom's Padcast. We also have a Facebook group of the same name. And you can find us on Instagram at YMPadcast. Your Mom's Padcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscriptions and reviews are another great free way to support us. However, if you're interested in supporting us in not free ways, we have a lot of great bonus content on our Patreon, and some great merch at our shop, which can be found at your-moms-padcast-shop.fourthwall.com. And remember, that's Padcast. P-A-H-D-C-A-S-T. Thank you.